Okay guys, there's been a bit of a set of questions about publishing reports and things like that, so I thought I'd run through Result Publishers quickly. Result Publishers work at a test suite level, and if you come into an ordinary test suite, you'll see you've got your configuration with some test cases in it. On the right hand side here, you've got this publish results piece. Now before we can use this, we do need to do a little bit of configuration in the project. So if I go up to project up here and go to project settings, you'll see one of the tabs here is Results Publishers. If I click on that and then choose to add a publisher, there are a number of different types of result publisher available. So email, if you want to email reports to various people. Centrosite, so you can store your results alongside your governance assets if you're using Software AG's Centrosite product. And file. And file is the one we're going to use for this demonstration. So if I just call this my report and tell it I want it to put my reports in ctemp, that's all I have to do to configure that to begin with. If I then come over here into my test suite, you'll see I can now add a report. I've got my result publisher in here, my report, and you might have multiple result publishers. You could choose what you wanted to do. You could say when you want to publish it, so always publish this, or only publish it on passes or on failures and things like that. I'm just going to say let's always do it. The file name settings, so I'm just going to put a little dash here and call this my report. The reason I do that, if you do hover here, there should be a little bit of hover text. As it says here, the creation date and time is going to be prefixed to this name, so it's going to be the date and time dash my report. So if you've got a folder full of these things, you can identify which one's the most recent by the file name. Now, at the moment, no reports exist. I'm going to hit manage. I'm going to create a new custom report, my report, and the content of my report is going to be a detailed suite report. Now, for the purposes of a file creation, I'm just going to leave this as PDF. An attachment doesn't really matter. It's going to dump it into the file system anyway. If you were doing this as, for example, an email, then you may want to say, well, actually, I want this as HTML or inline and that sort of thing. But for this purposes, PDF attachment is more than adequate. I'm just going to OK these boxes. Boom, tush. Save that and run my test suite. I've done this a few times just to build this test suite up. And we see we run these 3 test cases, and when it switches over to completed, that means it will have written the associated file. So here's the file in ctemp. And if I open this up, saying it's a simple PDF file, it gives you everything you would expect to see in the results gallery. So we've got our summary page. You can also, is that clickable? Yeah, it is clickable. Look at that. Just jumped me slightly down to the wrong place though. PDF navigation, not a strong point of mine. But we can see here, yeah, so we can see here are the various detailed components of this. So here's my execution. There were no errors, there were no warnings. Tells me the environment that I ran this in, along with all the bits and pieces that were in here. So these are the steps that we took, etc. Okay, so all of that information is output to here. If there were any errors or anything like that, you'd also see that down here in the assertion block. Okay, same as you would do, as I say, in results gallery. So if we come across to results gallery and choose the test suite, we will see that we've got this, this little bit over here.